Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosado Jr. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Pippins walked away with a 12-8 victory last night against the Cowlitz Black Bears in their series opener. Last night's game looked nothing like the first series these two teams played in Cowlitz a couple of weeks ago. In fact, the two teams combined for more runs last night than they both scored in the entire first series. It was a big win for the Pippins. When we come back after the break, I'll take you through exactly how last night's game unfolded and how the Pippins were able to surmount such a big lead over the Cowlitz Black Bears. This has been a tremendous season for the Pippins, but especially at home. The Pippins are now 23-5 at home, 19-5 against West Coast League opponents, and they've only lost one game to a WCL South Division opponent, the Corvallis Knights, on the second day of the season. So the Orchard has certainly been a big plus for the Pippins playing at home. They've got 4 more coming up in this homestand. They finished the regular season at home, and of course, we'll get 1, 2, if needed, home games guaranteed in the playoffs. Tonight, they look for the series win, and the season series is all tied up between these two teams at 2-2. Tonight is another Baseball Bingo Winning Wednesday, with fans getting the opportunity to win a prize package courtesy of St. Joe's Bingo and the Pippins. You aren't going to want to miss that. We'll be right back with a recap from last night after this break.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosado Jr., bringing you all of the action here this season on Mixlr Audio and on YouTube for all of our home games. Although the Pippins had their foot on the gas throughout the entire game last night, it was actually the Cowlitz Black Bears who scored first with a run in the first inning. But the Pippins put together a big second inning.
Engeroth with the pitch. And Bryce lines this one into right center. On his way to third is Willie Lajoie being waved around. He will score. They're just getting it back into the infield. Bryce dives headfirst into second. That's a double for Bryce Martin Grudzalonic that ties this game as Willie Lajoie scores from second. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he lines one into center field. Brock Mortensen leaps up. He doesn't make the catch. Bryce was tagging at third. Now he'll score without a throw. On his way home is Plante. Gerald on his way to third. The throw is offline to home, and Austin Plante scores all the way from first. Look at those legs from Austin Plante.
The Black Bears were able to get 2 runs back in the fourth inning, but the Pippins added to their lead with these hits from Willie Lajoie and Blake Dickman and some crafty base running.
Sam Olson on second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Lajoie, this one hops through the left side of the infield into left field. Olson getting waved around to score. They'll test the arm of Radomski. It's cut off in the infield, and Olson slides in. 6th run of the game for the Pippins. A right-hander as well, working out of the stretch, and Dickman lines the first pitch into left field. That'll drop for a base hit and roll all the way to the wall. Lajoie on his way to third, getting waved around to score. Ball cut off by the shortstop out in left field. No throw home. Lajoie scores, and Dickman with an RBI double gives his teammates a little dancey dance over at second base, and the Pippins are up 7-3. And here's the 1-0. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Delay still from Bryce Martin Grudzalonic. They throw down to second. It gets away. Going home is Blake Dickman, and the play works for the Pippins.
Lajoie would lead off the 7th inning with a double, come around to score on a wild pitch. He was also a big part of the final 2 runs scored by the Pippins in the 8th inning.
Lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Lajoie lines one into right center field. Racing over is Stinson. He does not make the catch. On his way to third goes Olson, being waved around to score. The throw on the clutch goes home. It's not in time as Nishida thought he was throwing to third, had to change direction to throw home. Olson scores. And he does not. Instead, it's a fly ball in the middle of the infield, actually foul territory, first base side. The pitcher was near it. It goes off his glove, and it's fair. The throw goes to the plate. The home plate umpire, John Poland, was pointing fair. The throw actually bounced off of his hand, but it was way late anyways. So Lajoie scores from second on the high fly ball near home plate in the infield. Nobody saw.
The Cowlitz Black Bears were clawing their way back the entire game, but never could quite come close enough, eventually losing 12-8. The Pippins look for the series win tonight. We'll have lineups and first pitch for you right after this break.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back to Yakima County Stadium. Just wrapping up the national anthem, the Cowlitz Black Bears here in Yakima for game number 2. We'll take you through tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by the Yakima Herald Republic. For the best sports coverage in the Yakima Valley, subscribe to the Yakima Herald Republic, either in print or online. You can subscribe by calling 577-7755. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell your stories. For Cowlitz, the starting lineup tonight, Riku Nishida playing second base. He hits at the top of the lineup for the second night in a row. Brock Bozette, the third baseman, he'll hit second. Jacob Stinson will bat third tonight, playing right field, and Sam Brown hits cleanup again as the first baseman once again. The top 4 batters all identical to last night. Then it changes a little bit. Brock Mortensen still in the lineup, moves up to the number 5 spot. He plays center field tonight. Johnny Radomski, the left fielder, will bat 6th. Sean Mulcair, the DH, he's hitting 7th tonight. Jacob Burley will catch and hit 8th. And Matthew Schwarz will round out the bottom of the order as he did last night, batting 9th and playing shortstop. Starting pitcher for the Black Bears when we get to the bottom of the first inning will be Mickey Thompson, making his second West Coast League appearance. 9.00 ERA in 3 innings of work so far, did not start and doesn't have a decision. Dylan Bishop out on the mound for the Pippins. He has made 7 appearances, 6 of them starts. 4-1 record for him. His 4 wins are tied for the team lead in that category. Trying to take the lead here tonight. 4.50 ERA in 30 innings of work, 22 strikeouts, and 11 walks for Dylan Bishop, Jr. out of Whitworth, and from Sela. Defensively for the Pippins, Alex Shanks will start this game in left field. Taylor Holder, the center fielder, with Noah Williamson out of the lineup. Alex Fernandez will play right field tonight. Mason Marenko, the third baseman. Conor Cobales will play shortstop. Spencer Marenko at second. So both Marenko brothers in the lineup tonight. Spencer at second and Mason at third. Blake Dickman remains in the lineup tonight. He plays first base with Lajoie getting the night off. And Michael Carpenter Jr. is back behind the plate for the Pippins.
Riku Nishida leads things off. Left-handed hitter. First pitch from Bishop. Swings and fouls it off on the third base side. That is strike one. Nishida last night led off the game with a triple. Came around to score the first run of the game for the Black Bears. He takes one down and away. And the count is 1-1. He also had a single and a double in last night's game, as well as a walk, and laid down a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tried to hold back his swing. He did not. It's 1-2. Umpires for tonight, Chad Little behind the plate, John Poland on the bases. Swapping roles from last night. The 1-2 pitch from Bishop is up high. Nishida with a twist, but no swing, and it's 2-2. Nishida leads the team and is tied for second in the league in stolen bases. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and half swing, liner into shallow right. That'll drop in for a base hit. Alex Fernandez picks it up and throws it in. It's a leadoff single for Riku Nishida. That's probably about the definition of not trying to do too much with it. He almost didn't do enough, but did just enough. A little half swing for him. Got that ball just past the dirt. Brock Bozette really putting some work in that right-handed batter's box. The field crews always do a great job of making sure the box is nice and level, quality dirt, as Bozette thinks about bunting, but does not. And Nishida started for second. He turned around. Carpenter throws down to first, and Nishida, it's a close one, but he's back in safely. Bozette takes ball one. Nishida did a little start-stop over at first, and that's why Carpenter went down to first on the pulled-back bunt. Another start-stop for Nishida, and this one misses on the outside. It's 2-0 for Bozette. Carpenter behind the plate, as we know, an elite arm. And Riku Nishida on first base. As I just said, he's got 14 stolen bases on the year. Leads the team and is tied for second in the league. A 2-0, bounces in the dirt. Carpenter goes down to first, and Nishida's caught off the bag. Nishida doesn't think he was tagged. And John Poland is saying, I saw him get tagged right on the side. And John Poland welcoming him out for a conversation, but he's 100% confident. The ball definitely got there well before Nishida, but the Black Bears think that he got a hand in and the tag wasn't applied to him before he got on the base. Carpenter does what Carpenter does. That ball was in the dirt. Nishida took a few steps towards second. Carpenter picked it clean out of the dirt, threw down to first, and you know his arm. Nishida was well off the bag, and he is picked off by Carpenter. John Poland, after the conversation, I would say all throughout the conversation, was ready to ring up Nishida. He was 100% confident on that call, and here's the 3-0 pitch. That one on the inside corner to Bozette, so it's 3-1. You know, from this view, it's always hard to tell whether that tag got applied perfectly where it needed to be. The 3-1 is in there for a strike, and it's a full count for Bozette. I can only tell you that Carpenter did a good job of getting the ball down there quickly, and Dickman got the glove down, so it was just a matter of whether it was actually applied in the right spot, and Poland said it was. The 3-2 is fouled off back to the backstop. So one out as Nishida picked off a first. Bozette with a full count, nobody on. The 3-2, he fouls that one back to the backstop as well. Looks like he's got the timing down. Both of those almost straight back. But Bishop with the breaking balls is kind of foiling his swing there. He's not able to get good contact on it. Payoff pitch one more time, and another foul ball. Bishop again with the 3-2, and again a foul ball. This one lasered on the first base side, just over the grandstands and into the parking lot. Some lucky fan's car will head home with a souvenir tonight. So the count still full. Here's the 10th pitch of this at-bat, a breaking ball. They thought they dropped it in for strike 3. Instead, it's ball 4. 10 pitches later, 1 out, 1 runner on. So Jacob Stinson will bat, hitting .293 on the year. He's tied for the team lead in doubles with 5, as well as runs scored with 18. He does have 5 RBI, runner on first base and 1 out, as Cowlitz tries to score first again here tonight as they did last night. First pitch is in there for a strike to Stinson. Bishop looks over at first. Here's the 0-1. Go back to the outside corner, and they get the call again. No balls and 2 strikes. Bozette on first base. He's 7 for 10 stealing bases this year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one misses up high. It's 1-2. The nice thing for the Pippins is that Nishida was backpicked on that ball in the dirt. He did not get caught stealing second base, so the Black Bears still may not realize the arm that Carpenter possesses. Here's the 1-2. They go back to the outside. It's a fly ball to shallow center. Coming in is Taylor Holder. He's underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2. That will bring Sam Brown to the plate. Made his debut last night for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Defensively helped his team out quite a bit. Offensively, he went 0 for 4. He did have a walk and scored a run. Walked to lead off the top of the 9th inning and came around to score as Landon Shire loaded the bases with no outs, and Brown scored on a sacrifice fly, and then Shire struck out the next 2 to get out of that game. Bishop throws over to first. Bozette in safely. 2 outs, runner on first for Sam Brown. Left-handed hitter, left-handed thrower, just joined the team yesterday. First pitch, catches the outside corner, and already looks like Chad Little's strike zone goes a little further outside than John Poland's did last night, and Dylan Bishop is one of those pitchers. He's a pretty good command guy. He will paint that black as long as he's given that space. A line drive into straightaway center field. Taylor Holder is there, and he makes that catch for out number 3. Leadoff base hit. Michael Carpenter Jr. backpicks Nishida off of first. Brock Bozette walks, and a fly out and a line out in the top of the first. No runs for Cowlitz as we head into the bottom half. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the first inning. Left-hander Mickey Thompson getting warm on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears out of San Jose State University. Pippins lineup tonight. Spencer Marenko will lead things off. Second baseman tonight, Conor Cobales, the shortstop, hits second. Blake Dickman, the first baseman, will bat third. And Michael Carpenter Jr., the hard-hitting lefty, although this will be a lefty-on-lefty matchup for him, he is hitting cleanup tonight. Mason Marenko batting fifth. Alex Shanks, the left fielder, hitting sixth. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic remains in the lineup, but as the DH tonight, Taylor Holder will hit eighth and play center field, and Alex Fernandez, the right fielder, he's hitting ninth tonight. Spencer Marenko, first batter of the game, first pitch swinging, and lines one out of play on the first base side for strike one. Spencer Marenko comes into this game hitting .256 with a .402 on base percentage. The 0-1 he takes down low for a ball, and it's 1-1. His .402 on base percentage is second on the team, second to Conor Cobales, who bats behind him tonight. The 1-1 pitch lines that one on the first base side, and it's 1-2. Cobales hitting behind him has an identical batting average, but 8 on-base percentage points higher. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Spencer Marenko. That one misses high and outside, easy to lay off of, and the count is even. Spencer is also second on the team in walks with 17 of them. Willie Lajoie leads the team in that category. He's not in the lineup tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Spencer Marenko. That one misses inside, and the count is full. A full count pitch to Spencer Marenko, misses up high, and he walks to start the bottom of the first inning. So the first batter aboard in both halves of this first inning. Here's Cobales. As I said, comes into this game hitting .256, just like Spencer Marenko's average. A few more runs scored. One less walk, although 2 less now. Spencer Marenko now has 18 walks to 16 for Cobales, who is tied for third on the team in that category. Mickey Thompson, the left-hander, first pitch to Spencer, takes off, taken outside for a ball, and the throw's on the wrong side of the bag, so Spencer slides in safely with his 8th stolen base of the season. That is one less stolen base than, you guessed it, Conor Cobales currently on the plate. First pitch was outside to Cobales, so he has a 1-0 count. Left-hander on the mound. Talked about a little bit during the Wenatchee series that when you've got a left-hander on the mound, you really only have 2 options as far as trying to steal a base. Going on the first move, which leaves you vulnerable to a pickoff, or waiting until you know for sure that leg moves forward, which leaves you vulnerable, of course, to getting thrown out because of how late you have to take off. Spencer took off on the first move by the left-hander, and it paid off that time as Burley's throw down to second base was on the wrong side of the bag and also short hopped the shortstop. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one grounded the other way. That'll get through the right side of the infield. Spencer Marenko getting waved around. He's around third before the ball gets to the right fielder, and the throw will get to the plate late. RBI base hit for Conor Cobales, and the Pippins lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. So Blake Dickman will bat, hitting .266 on the year. He's got 16 RBI, and with Cobales on first, you might as well consider that in scoring position. The pickoff move from Mickey Thompson fooled Cobales at first. He was leaning towards second. He was not trying to steal, but after that steal on the first move of the first pitch by Spencer Marenko, the Black Bears just trying to defend against it. Here's the first pitch to Dickman, and it's a fly ball right side of the infield, and Riku Nishida looks like he's underneath it. He makes the catch, a step onto the grass in the outfield, and that's out number 1. So here's Michael Carpenter Jr., who has already had an effect on this game in the top of the first when he threw out Riku Nishida, who thought he might have a chance of moving over on a ball in the dirt, and instead he was backpicked by Carpenter at first base. Another move to first, and Cobales again was leaning to second but then got back in time. And both of these throws, by the way, have not been bad throws, but Sam Brown having trouble getting his glove on it. I don't think he's applied the tag to either of them. Here's the first pitch to Carpenter, breaking ball inside, and that one is a ball. Well, that's throwing the slider inside to a left-hander is one of the advantages of being a left-handed pitcher. Doesn't get it over for a strike that time. So 1-0 count for Carpenter. Cobales looks like he might be trying to steal a base. He doesn't this time. The 1-0 pitch is a fly ball into shallow center. Racing forward is Brock Mortensen. The left fielder, Johnny Radomski, calls him off, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So leadoff walk by Spencer Marenko, who steals second base, and then Conor Cobales scores him with a single into right. Nothing after that, 2 flyouts. 2 outs, Cobales on first base, Mason Marenko at the plate. See if the other Marenko can also get on base in this inning. And the move to first, Cobales was taking off for second. They throw down, and he could not get his hand around. Tried the swim move, and it didn't work. So Cobales is caught trying to steal second base by the pickoff to first. It's a 1-3-6 caught stealing for Conor Cobales, and Mason Marenko will be at the plate to lead things off when we get into the second. Top of the second coming up. Pippins lead 1-0, 5, 6, and 7 due up. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the second inning. Dylan Bishop returns for a second inning of work. One hit, Riku Nishida led off the top of the first. He was picked off of first base by Michael Carpenter Jr. And Bishop walked Brock Bozette. Jacob Stinson flew out, and Sam Brown lined out, both of them to the center fielder, Taylor Holder, to get Dylan Bishop out of that inning. No runs scored for the Cowlitz Black Bears. And we head into the second. Brock Mortensen will lead things off, followed by Johnny Radomski and Sean Mulcair. Left-hander Brock Mortensen at the plate. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Dylan Bishop is going to continue working outside as long as he's being given the outside corner and perhaps a little more. The 1-0 pitch, and that one not given to him. It's 2-0. Went back to that spot. Might have missed a little further off. The 2-0 pitch, and swung on and fouled off by Brock Mortensen. It's 2-1. Dylan Bishop, the splits kind of tell a little bit of a story for him as far as playing at home, his home road splits. He is 3-0 when pitching at home and 1-1 on the road. Swing and a miss from Mortensen, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit deeper than that. Bishop with a 1.42 ERA, sub-2 ERA when pitching at home, but when he's on the road, an 8.00 ERA. The 2-2 pitch catches the outside corner. Brock Mortensen strikes out looking to start the top of the second. First strikeout of the night for Dylan Bishop. I've talked about playing at home with him specifically before, and he's talked about the difference it makes being at home. The fans know him, and the fans especially know him specifically because he is from Sela and has pitched in this ballpark, pitched here in high school. And has talked about just how much better of an environment it is to pitch here at the Orchard than anywhere else on the road, as the first pitch ball is delivered to Johnny Radomski. And Bishop isn't the only one that seems to benefit from playing at home. A swing and a miss from Radomski, and it is 1-1. The Pippins are now 23-5 at home. I believe during the pregame show I incorrectly said the Pippins were 19-5 in West Coast League play. They're actually 14-5 as Johnny Radomski singles into center field for a 1-out base hit here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring Sean Mulcair to the plate. The Pippins are 23-5 overall. That includes the non-league games that they've played. They've played 9 of them so far and will play 2 more, one on Friday, one on Saturday. And all 9 of those games have been at home, and they've won all 9 as well. So 23-5 with a 14-5 record at home against West Coast League opponents exclusively. Here's the first pitch to Mulcair. Lays down a bunt down the third base line. Mason Marenko to it with the glove. Throws over to first in time, and the sacrifice bunt moves Johnny Radomski over to second. Two outs. Radomski on second. Here's Jacob Burley. And not only that, the Pippins are 9-1 against South Division opponents. They're 5-4 at home against North Division opponents. And just 1 loss so far against teams out of the South. And the South has had some really tough competition. As a strike delivered to Jacob Burley on the first pitch. On the road, the Pippins actually have a losing record against the South Division. They're 4-5 versus 6-3 against teams from the North on the road. So it just shows the effect that it has playing here at home, getting to sleep in their own beds, as Kyle Crustangel and Cash Ulrich like to say a lot about being at home versus being on the road. No long bus rides in between games. And it certainly has had its effect. The Pippins have not been swept at all this season. They did come close against Port Angeles a few weeks ago. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one lined back by Burley to keep himself alive, and it's still 0-2. And after the Pippins had lost 2 games to the Port Angeles Lefties, they came in the next day, and there was a simple message written on the whiteboard in their locker room, placed there by Chase Graves. And it said simply, "Protect the Orchard, we don't get swept." They did not get swept. They beat the Lefties as this one lined down the third base line. That will tail foul. That one was given a ride by Jacob Burley, but just pulled foul down the third base line. As I said, they did not get swept by the Port Angeles Lefties, and since then they've taken Protect the Orchard to heart. They don't lose a lot here. No balls and 2 strikes for the catcher Burley. Runner on second and 2 outs. The pitch, a fly ball into center, right center. Holder was shaded left. It'll bounce in front of the warning track. Taylor Holder to it now. The run scores from second, and into second goes Burley with an RBI stand-up double with 2 outs here in the top of the second to tie this game up. So that will bring Matthew Schwartz to the plate. Bottom of the lineup for the Cowlitz Black Bears, coming to the plate here in just the second inning. First pitch misses low and away to Schwartz. Schwartz hitting .216 on the year. He has 18 runs scored, which is tied for the team lead, along with Jacob Stinson near the top of the lineup. 13 RBI for him. Runner in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch, he takes low and away, and it's 2-0. First one looked like a breaking ball. That one looked like a fastball. Both of them miss in just about the same spot. 2 doubles and 2 home runs. He's one of a handful of players on the Black Bears with 2 home runs. Nobody has more than that. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and high fly ball is sent to left field. Alex Shanks camped out underneath it. A few steps to his left, and he makes the catch for out number 3. The Black Bears do strike. They tie the game up, add 1 in the top of the first with a base hit by Johnny Radomski. Moved to second on a sacrifice bunt that does its job, and Jacob Burley doubles Radomski home. Tied at 1 into the bottom of the second. Mason Marenko, Alex Shanks, and Bryce Martin Grudzalanek do up. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The card of uncertainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action. Built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow! Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the bottom of the second inning. Mason Marenko will lead things off. He was at the plate when Conor Cobales took off for second base, and Mickey Thompson threw over to first on the pickoff move. The first baseman went down to second, and they got Cobales. Marenko checks his swing, but the pitch called a strike, and it's 0-1 for him to start off this first inning. The 0-1 pitch fouled off right next to the Cowlitz dugout, and Thompson asks for the baseball while he goes to collect the foul ball and toss it back to his coach. No balls and 2 strikes for Mason Marenko, hitting .241 on the year. Pippins actually do not have a player on the roster hitting over 300 right now. The 0-2 pitch misses high and outside, and it's 1-2. Few players with some on-base percentages over 400. They have 3 of them. And a large majority of their lineups comprise of players with an on-base percentage well over 300 as Marenko fouls one off to stay alive, and it's still 1-2. Mickey Thompson, left-hander, working out of the windup with nobody on. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball high and outside. It's 2-2. Thompson looks a little similar to Kenny Johnson in that he kind of rocks back and forth on his feet while he looks in for the sign, but then he brings his hands up to his face and stops rocking. Johnson will rock all the way through the windup. Mason Marenko swings and misses, and that is strikeout number 1 for Mickey Thompson, and also out number 1 here in the second inning. Thompson in his first inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 run against him. As Spencer Marenko led off with a walk, stole second base, and scored on a base hit by Cobales. This one, first pitch swinging by Alex Shanks. Hard grounder through the left side of the infield, and he's on with a base hit. Shanks raising the average. Came into this one with a .250 batting average. He has 1 stolen base on the year. It's always tough to steal against a lefty, and Shanks probably will do his best to just not get fooled by the pickoff move from Mickey Thompson. Here's Bryce Martin Grudzelanek, the DH tonight, hitting .204. Has been doing a good job of getting his average raised after a rougher start. Thompson changes things up. Instead of lifting the leg to throw to first, he steps off and throws. Shanks back in safely. Thompson will look to continue playing with him. The first pitch misses, catches the knees, and that's strike 1. Shanks with a solid lead over there at first base. It's different when you, as I believe, Shanks will not be taking off for second base, and it's always different when you know you're not going to be trying to steal. Another throw over to first, and that one pops out of the glove of Sam Brown. Sam Brown has probably caught clean 1 or 2 pickoff throws out of at least a half dozen from Mickey Thompson so far. Another throw over to first, and Shanks back in safely. As I said, for Shanks, he can get a slightly larger lead because he doesn't have to worry about going towards second. He can wait as long as he needs to take the secondary. So his only thought is back to first. He is not thinking about moving forward at all. The 0-1 pitch, and Bryce checks his swing on a pitch outside. It's 1-1. You saw, or you might have seen there, if you had your eye on Shanks over at first, that Thompson, when he lifted his leg, Shanks actually started leaning back towards first. As I said, that's the only thing he has to worry about is not getting picked off. He's under no obligation to get a strong jump. That one narrowly avoids hitting Shanks. Hard grounder through the right side. He'll go to third. Stinson picks it up, throws to third. It bounces off the grass and takes an awkward hop over the head of the cutoff man, but still in line to third base. So Bryce Martin Grudzelanek stays at first, and Shanks goes first to third on the play. That was a hard hit bouncer on the right side that actually ended up between Alex Shanks as it went just behind him and past the diving glove of Sam Brown. In fact, let's go ahead and take a quick look back at that one. As you can see, Bryce just takes that one the other way, and Shanks narrowly avoids getting hit by that ball. Of course, would have caused an out, and Bryce would get put on first base. But instead, it gets through to the right side, and Shanks aggressive on the base pass. I don't even know that he was waved around by Crust Angel. I think he just knew off the bat he was going to try for it. Got all the way to third and slides in. They didn't want to throw to go all the way to third, but it ended up doing so as it bounced off the grass. Taylor Holder takes a first pitch ball outside. They try to go backdoor breaking ball, and it stays outside. So 1 out. Corner runners on the corners. 1-0 pitch, and Holder lines that one back. 1-1. Holder wearing number 11 tonight. His actual jersey number, because the Pippins are wearing green. They're neon green jerseys, black hat combination with the white pants, Electric City. Same jersey combination they were wearing last night since they won. Thompson lifts his leg and throws to first. That time he almost didn't even move his leg towards first at all. It was almost like he lifted it straight up, put it back down, and threw to first. There was a slight movement off to the bag. Long hold from Thompson. Here's the 1-1, and Holder grounds this one through the left side of the infield. They keep finding holes in this infield. That one gets through. Shanks scores, and this game is no longer tied as the Pippins are up 2-1. Bryce moves up to second base, and Holder with the third consecutive base hit for the Pippins in this inning. So here's Alex Fernandez with a chance to keep the inning going. 1 out and runners on first and second. Bryce Martin Grudzelanek on second base. Shortstop Schwarz playing near him. Here's the first pitch as Fernandez tries to lay down a bunt. He goes after it. It was up high, and he misses. That's strike one. Trying to lay down a surprise sacrifice bunt. The first baseman, Sam Brown, I believe was right behind Holder initially. Now he's playing on the grass. Third baseman Brock Bozette playing a step behind the third baseline. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Pop fly out of play, and it's 0-2. Fernandez comes into this game hitting 108. He's one of the guys, along with Austin Plante, who the non-league games see him playing very well. And sort of started something. He's been a little more consistent at the plate, working some walks as well. Calls time at the plate with Thompson's attention focused solely on Bryce at second base. Thompson is still set. We saw this out of Julian Todd and Chabot, except Thompson loses his nerves and steps off to get another sign. Here's the 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss from Alex Fernandez on the breaking ball in the dirt. Jacob Burley was having trouble getting that baseball out from between the legs of Alex Fernandez. Was pushing him around a little bit in the batter's box. So 2 outs in this inning. Both of those outs have been strikeouts, the first 2 strikeouts of the game for Mickey Thompson. But 3 hits in the middle of those strikeouts allowed 1 run to score and puts runners on first and second. Here's Spencer Marenko. Thompson steps off, wipes some sweat, and looks in again. Still a lot of attention being paid to Bryce at second base. He's got 2 stolen bases on the season in 2 attempts. Had one of them last night. The pitch misses down low for a ball. Bryce did have a number of stolen bases in non-league play as well. He actually had a game in which he stole 3 bases in a game. That's the most stolen bases in a game this season for a Pippins player. One ball and no strikes. As Thompson takes his time getting the sign in. Now comes set, staring down Bryce at second. The 1-0. Breaking ball, strike in there, and it's 1-1. Thompson looked in for the sign. As he came set, turned around to second and kept his eyes locked on second base even after he started his motion to the plate. The 1-1 misses inside. Spencer initially started his swing but kept the bat well back. So it's 2-1. Pippins leading 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Thompson with another look at second, looks back and now back again. The 2-1, and Spencer bounces this one down the third base side. It bounced off the edge of the grass in foul territory and started coming back fair. Brock Bozette was well into foul territory and got his glove on it. If that had gotten past his glove, that would have gone back fair and possibly rolled all the way into shallow left field, scoring Bryce potentially. That is a great save by Brock Bozette. Won't go down as anything in the scorebook other than a foul ball. But that is a play that potentially changes the tide of the game. And Bozette saves that one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners on first and second in the bottom of the second inning. They go to the outside corner. Spencer fouls this one off. Defensively, Johnny Radomski out in left field, Brock Mortensen in center, and Jacob Stinson in right. Brock Bozette, as I just said, at third base. Matthew Schwartz is the shortstop. Riku Nishida at second base, and Sam Brown at first, with Jacob Burley behind the plate. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, grounder left side. Matthew Schwartz ranging to his right, throws across his body back to first, and retires Spencer Marenko on the ground out. So 3 singles in the inning leads to Alex Shanks coming around to score and breaking the tie. It is 2-1 Pippins as we head into the third. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the top of the third inning. It'll be the top of the lineup for the Cowlitz Black Bears, starting with Riku Nishida, who led off the game with a base hit before he was picked off of first base by Michael Carpenter Jr. behind the plate. Ball that was in the dirt, he picked clean. Nishida took a couple steps towards second base, and it was all Carpenter needed to get him out at first. Nishida is tough to keep off the base paths. Here's the first pitch. He takes on the outside corner for a called strike. Bishop's last start came on July 22nd at home against the Bend Elks. Here's the 0-1 as Nishida fouls that one off the end of the bat. It goes back to the backstop. Bishop earned the win with 5 innings of work. He did allow 4 runs, but just one of them was earned on 3 hits. He walked 4 in that one, but struck out 2. Pippins ended up winning that game. I believe it was 8-4 as Nishida thought about laying down a slap bunt, instead holds the bat back, and it's 1-2. In that start, it was a tough start for Bishop, but a strong finish. He ended up retiring the last 8 straight batters he faced before coming out of that game. Here's the 1-2 to Nishida, and he throws the bat at it. That is strike 3. That was another interesting one. Nishida finds new and interesting ways to strike out every time, and kind of threw the hands out, kept the hands halfway through the swing, but the barrel of the bat went through, almost like he was trying to lay down the slap bunt. And we saw that back in Cowlitz when he slap bunted one foul with 2 strikes, and the umpires, actually these umpires exactly, had to come together and determine that a slap bunt counted as a bunt, and when you bunt with 2 strikes, that's the strikeout. This time he didn't make contact, so it was a much easier call for Chad Little behind the plate. Brock Bozette with 2 strikes, or 1-1 count rather. Bozette walked in his first plate appearance in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch misses up high, and it's 2-1. Bishop now with 2 strikeouts rather. He had 1 in the second inning. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball stays up high, and it's 3-1. One walk and one strikeout so far here into the third inning, or coming into this inning. He gets his second strikeout, and now a full count for Brock Bozette. It would be a freshman at Spokane Falls in the fall. Playing third base, had that great heads-up play at third base, snagging the baseball before it went fair off the bat of Spencer Marenko. Almost took a really fortunate hop for the Pippins. A 3-2 bouncer on the third base side did not stay fair. Mason Marenko with a long throw across the diamond, and Blake Dickman was pulled off the bag, applied the tag just in case, but that was called foul immediately by Chad Little. So the theatrics end up meaning nothing. Mason Marenko with a great stop, got the feet set quickly and made a strong throw, just pulled Blake off a little bit, but a great play all around. It was just a foul ball. So the payoff pitch coming again from Bishop. That one misses inside, and Bozette walks for the second time tonight. He walked on 10 pitches in his first at-bat in the first inning. He walks on just 7 pitches here in the third inning. Here's Jacob Stinson. Stinson flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Squares around to bunt, pops it up, foul on the third base side, almost all the way to the Pippins dugout. And that will be a strike one, as nobody able to get over it that quickly. Bozette with a lead off of first base, 7 stolen bases on the year. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Jacob Stinson, and he's behind 0-2. Cowlitz wearing green jerseys themselves. They're a darker green, almost a forest green. They still have the orange piping on the sleeves. This one, a line drive hit to center field. Taylor Holder ranges over and makes the catch, and back to first goes Brock Bozette, as Jacob Stinson's bat continues to find Taylor Holder out in center field. 2 outs, and Brock Bozette on first base for Sam Brown. Very similar to the first inning so far, with the exception of Riku Nishida striking out instead of singling and getting picked off. Bishop is not exactly a pitcher you can't steal off of. However, Michael Carpenter Jr. is a catcher that you absolutely should not try to steal off of. The first pitch, Sam Brown lifts this one to center field, again to Taylor Holder. And he camps out underneath that one and makes the catch for out number 3. So Jacob Stinson and Sam Brown are 0 for 4 combined, and all 4 of them have been flyouts or lineouts to Taylor Holder out in center. We head to the bottom of the third. Pippins on top 2-1. We'll be right back. You're tuning in to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app FanFood, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download FanFood today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the third inning, as Conor Cobales will lead things off for the Pippins, followed by Blake Dickman and Michael Carpenter Jr. Cobales singled in the first inning to score Spencer Marenko, giving the Pippins the first run of the game, and was caught stealing what goes down as a caught stealing. He took off for second base as Mickey Thompson lifted his leg, and Thompson threw over to first baseman to the shortstop, who applied the tag to Cobales at second. First pitch is a breaking ball, slips out of the hand and misses high and outside. It's 1-0. Cobales will be a junior attending Gonzaga in the fall after playing at Yakima Valley College in the spring. Takes the ball low and away, and it's 2-0. As I said, came into this game with a .410 on base percentage, obviously climbing after the single in the first inning. 2-0 pitch, misses up high. And it's 3-0. 2 walks already issued. Sorry, 1 walk issued so far by Thompson. He has 2 strikeouts in this game. A 3-0 pitch. That one right over the heart of the plate. Taking all the way was Cobales, and it's 3-1. 1 run for the Pippins in each of the first 2 innings. 1 run for the Black Bears just in the top of the second. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Cobales. Fly ball into shallow right down the line. Coming out is Sam Brown. Coming in is the right fielder Stinson, and he makes the catch for out number 1. As Sam Brown covered a lot of ground on that one, heading down the line. Certainly put a lot of effort into that one, but Stinson ended up getting there without a problem. So he ends up making the catch. Blake Dickman will bat. He's 0 for 1, flew out to the second baseman, Nishida, in the first inning. And bats here with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the third. Takes the first pitch up high. It's 1-0. Dickman will be a redshirt junior at University of California, San Diego. He's attended a few different colleges over his career and likes where he's at in San Diego now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Takes on the outside corner for a strike, and it is 1-1. Pippins come into this game still on top of the North Division, 9-4 record in the second half. Bellingham at 8-7. They're 2 games back. Here's the 1-1 to Dickman. That one's up high near the head, and he takes for a ball, 2-1. Thompson with the 2-1 out of the windup goes to the backdoor breaking ball, and it's in there for a called strike. 2-2 for Dickman, playing first base tonight. Might see him behind the plate tonight, or tomorrow night rather. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Backdoor breaking ball again, but this time it's down low and blocked by Burley. Count is full. Pippins have sort of rotated through. Sam Olsen, who started last night's game, he might be behind the plate tomorrow night as well if Dickman moves back to DH. But Carpenter could be the DH tonight with Dickman at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounder to Nishida at second base. Catches it on the hop and over to first for out number 2. No awkward hops when you're as smooth on the field as Riku Nishida. Played that one perfectly. Took his time, but not too much time, and retired Blake Dickman in a respectful amount of time. Here's Michael Carpenter Jr. First 2 batters retired by Mickey Thompson. Nobody on here in the bottom of the third inning. Carpenter looking to add to the lead. Lefty on lefty matchup. Only left-hander in the lineup. That's not true. Fly ball. Foul territory, third base side, and that will bounce into lefties. Alex Fernandez missed him at the bottom of the lineup. He's also a left-hander. It's odd being at this point in the season when the Pippins do have a number of left-handers in the lineup at one time. There was a period of time when Carpenter was really the only left-handed bat that they were using consistently. Austin Plante was out for an extended period. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Corey Jarrell was playing sporadically. Alex Fernandez hadn't yet joined the team. So no balls and 2 strikes for Carpenter, 2 outs, nobody on the pitch. Breaking ball inside, too far inside, and it's 1-2. That one nearly hit Carpenter on its way back towards the plate. Bellingham, 2 games back in the North Division. They're not playing West Coast League games right now. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Carpenter lifts that one high to center field. Brock Mortensen takes a couple steps back, walking over to his right, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pippins here in the bottom of the 3rd. We turn to the 4th. Pippins leading 2-1. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the top of the 4th inning. Dylan Bishop on the mound trying to finish up his warm-up pitches. Right now, Josh Davis, the best bullpen catcher in the West Coast League, he's behind the plate, and Dylan Bishop hasn't thrown a pitch for probably 20 to 30 seconds because he only wants to throw 1 or 2 more, and he was waiting for Carpenter to get back out. Carpenter flew out to end the 3rd inning. So now out there, and Bishop ready to finish up his warm-up pitches. Brock Mortensen, Johnny Radomski, and Sean Mulcair will lead things off here in the top of the 4th inning. It is 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cowlitz Black Bears. The 4th inning of tonight's game is brought to you by Yakima Pediatric Dentistry. Located at 3909 Creekside Loop in Yakima, Yakima Pediatric Dentistry offers specialized care for infants, kids, and teens in a safe, fun environment for children as they begin their lifetime journey to maintaining a healthy smile. Brock Mortensen lifts this one high into the left field corner, and that ball is gone. Benefits from the shorter distance out in the corner and tucks that one just behind the foul pole. Brock Mortensen leads off the top of the 4th inning with a solo home run, and this game will be tied at 2. Well, normally the home field advantage goes to the Pippins, but in this case, Brock Mortensen, intentionally or not, takes advantage. The outfield fence, as I have mentioned plenty of times on the broadcast, outfield dimensions are relatively standard. Seem a little intimidating because of the 16-foot high fence. Standard all the way up into the corners. The corners then immediately jut back towards home plate almost, putting the poles at just 293 feet. Easiest place to leave the yard on a lazy fly ball is into the corners, and Brock Mortensen does so to lead things off in the top of the 4th. Johnny Radomski fouls off the first pitch he sees. This game is now tied at 2. Radomski had a single in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Radomski, 1 ball and 2 strikes as that ball was down low and skipped away from Michael Carpenter Jr. 1-2 pitch, grounder right at Conor Cobales at shortstop, scoops it up, hard throw over to first. Dickman is tall, so reaches up but keeps the foot on the back to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Sean Mulcair to the plate, left-handed hitter. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in the second inning that directly led to a run as Radomski had a one-out base hit. He moved over to second on the sacrifice bunt and was able to score from second on the double by Jacob Burley. Here's the first pitch. Mulcair swings and misses at a ball down in the dirt, and it's 0-1. The next batter of the inning, Matthew Schwartz, then flew out to left to end the inning. So without Radomski getting to second on the sac bunt, he perhaps doesn't score on that double, and maybe Bishop strands 2 runners, depending on the outcome of that Mulcair at-bat. Ball taken outside. You don't always see small ball paying off, and it really did for them in the second inning as they tied the game up before the Pippins took a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the second with a run of their own. Swing and a miss from Mulcair on the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. A little bit of small ball scores the first run, and the long ball scores the second run for the Black Bears. Here's the 1-2. They go outside corner, taken. Strike 3 by Sean Mulcair. Did not like how far off the plate that one was. That was I love that strike 3 call from Chad Little. That was the old 1-2. Left-hander at the plate, sticks out his left arm and then follows up with the right hook, punching out Sean Mulcair. That is the third strikeout of the night for Dylan Bishop. As I said, they will continue to take advantage, and Bishop is the perfect pitcher to have on the mound when an umpire is giving a little extra room on the outside. Fly ball in the infield. Spencer Marenko makes the call and the catch at second base, and that is out number 3. Leadoff solo home run by Brock Mortensen here in the top of the 4th inning, and the next 3 batters retired. We head into the bottom of the 4th, back to a tied game, 2-2. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Mason Marenko will lead things off, followed by Alex Shanks and Bryce Martin Grudzalonic. Same 3 batters that led off the bottom of the 2nd inning. And Jacob Burley's throw down to second after the completion of warm-ups was, well, as they say, just a bit outside down to second base. Missed more than a few feet on the third base side and went untouched all the way into center field. The Pippins will look for Burley to continue doing that if they try to swipe any more bags in this game against left-hander Mickey Thompson. Marenko struck out to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning. See if he has better luck here in his second at-bat in the 4th. Mickey Thompson working out of the windup. First pitch to Marenko. He takes on the outside corner for a called strike. Shanks on deck. Had a 1-out base hit in the 2nd inning, followed by 2 more singles. That drove in Shanks. The pitch misses down low, and it's 1-1. Shanks right now has one of the more important runs of this game, the one that gave the Pippins a 2-1 lead at the time, but now this game tied at 2. Here's the 1-1. Mason Marenko takes one down low for ball 2, pops off the glove of Jacob Burley and back to the backstop. Of course, the next most important run will be the next one to score for either team to break this tie eventually. Here's the 2-1 as Mason takes one just low and outside. I think that one missed more low. It looked like the distance on the outside that has been given to most pitchers so far today. Here's the 3-1 to Mason Marenko. Takes at the top of the zone, and the count is full. Same number of pitches in this at-bat as his first one. Struck out on a 2-2 count with a foul ball. Right now a full count. Pitch number 6 on its way. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled off by Marenko to keep himself alive. .54 pitches so far for Mickey Thompson here into the 4th inning. Making good pace so far despite the 2 runs. The 3-2 again, misses high and outside, and Mason Marenko walks. So 2 plate appearances and 2 of the 3 true outcomes for Mason Marenko. Strikeout and a walk. Here's Alex Shanks. Shanks is one of those guys that's been hitting especially well over the last week. Here's the first pitch. Shanks takes up high, and it's ball 1. He's 6 for 12 in the last week with 4 doubles, 5 runs scored, and 7 RBI. One-0 count for Shanks as Thompson throws over to first, and sliding back in is Mason Marenko. Similar to Alex Shanks when he was on first base, for Mason, who does have 3 stolen bases on the year, but the speed isn't his best tool. For him, the only thought in his head is just getting back to first on a pickoff throw. He's not worried about trying to take the extra base as Shanks fouls one off. Shanks was actually named our Cascade Natural Gas High Efficiency Player of the Game Friday night after the series finale against the Bend Elks. But that interview did not make it onto the internet. It's been lost to time. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Shanks. Hits a hard grounder right next to head coach Kyle Crustangel. Lays it, lets it go into the bullpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Shanks. Shanks' interview was very good. And somebody who will remain nameless but plays a very prominent role in the broadcast for the Pippins did not hit record on that interview, and so it was unable to be shared with the rest of the world. The 1-2 pitch misses down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Alex Shanks. Mason Marenko on first base. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th as this game is back to tied. The 2-2 pitch, and Shanks gives that one a ride. A long line drive into left field near the scoreboard, and it bounces off the scoreboard and off the top of the wall. It's a 2-run home run for Alex Shanks. Have yourself a day. He gets a single in the 2nd, comes around to score to give the Pippins a lead. And when Cowlitz comes back and ties it, he says, we're going to take that one right back. A 2-run home run in the 4th, and the Pippins are up 4-2. Alex Shanks, we can continue to talk about home field advantage. He hit that one off the base of the scoreboard. And all of the scoreboard is a home run as there's a net that protects the front of it. There's also a cutout in the outfield fence. So the outfield fence is 16 feet high all the way around except for where the scoreboard is. So if you had hit that any other spot, it would have bounced off the outfield fence. Instead, it bounces off the scoreboard, and it's a 2-run home run. And Alex Shanks will take it any way he can get it. He's 2 for 2 tonight, single and a home run. And the Pippins are loving the offense he's providing. Here's the 1-0. Bryce Martin Grudzalonic takes up high. And they want to ask the first base umpire, John Poland, who says Bryce did bring the bat around. That was an interesting one. His hands stayed mostly back, but I guess the head of the bat pointed far enough down the first base line. Poland calls it a swing. So 1 ball and 1 strike for Bryce. Thompson goes through the windup. He takes a ball down low, and it's 2-1. A 2-1 pitch. Bryce pops this one up, shallow right. Giving chase is the right fielder, Stinson, who makes the catch on the run. He had to avoid Sam Brown, who again covered a lot of ground and got near that one. And Bryce is the first out here in the bottom of the 4th on the fly out to right field. So here's Taylor Holder, had an RBI base hit in the 2nd inning that scored Alex Shanks. The West Coast League, in a partnership with TrackMan, all the teams playing this year in the West Coast League have been outfitted with TrackMan receivers in their stadiums, and all teams are uploading data at all times for players, able to give that data on pitched and thrown baseballs to college coaches or any other scouts that may be wanting that information. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Holder, swing and a miss. Gets a piece of it, I guess, and it's 1-1. So they've started putting out some leaderboards every week and cumulative for the season. Taylor Holder last week actually had 2 that ended up in the top 5 in the West Coast League for exit velocity. 2 hard-hit baseballs. The 1-1 pitch misses down low, and it's 2-1. On July 22nd, he had an exit velocity of 108.3 miles per hour. That was the hardest hit baseball in the last week in the West Coast League. He also had one a few days later on July 25th that was 108.1 miles per hour off the bat. That was the 3rd hardest hit baseball last week. And right behind him actually was Noah Williamson, who hit one exactly 108 miles per hour off the bat on July 21st. Taylor Holder takes another ball down low, and it is 3-1 for him. On the season, Williamson actually has 2 out of the top 5 hardest hit baseballs. The 2nd hardest hit one was his hardest hit of the season, 112.5 miles per hour off the bat for Noah Williamson. It is the 2nd hardest hit baseball this year. The 3-1 to Taylor Holder. Takes up high, and he walks. On for the 2nd time tonight, a single and a walk. And there's a runner on first with 1 out. And it looks like a lucky fan has a bingo here on Baseball Bingo Winning Wednesday. She's racing her way up to the press box now to verify her win. I guess I'll see when she heads back down whether she's in a good mood or not to see whether she actually did win. I don't know what she would have won on because this isn't the first walk of the game, but you know, it is what it is. Baseball Bingo Winning Wednesday, great promotion here at the ballpark. First 200 fans eligible to receive a bingo card where they can play along with some baseball events that happen during a game. Today they were trying to find 2 separate bingos. First pitch, taking off for second was Holder. He's caught in a rundown now as the pickoff went to first. Holder did not go all the way to second and almost ran into the pitcher. He was tagged on the behind, I believe, but Mickey Thompson didn't sell it enough, and John Poland, the field umpire, did not see a tag, and Taylor Holder slides into second. He's pumped up. You know, Mickey Thompson's not protesting that call at all. Let's take a look at that play one more time. Mickey Thompson throws over to first. Taylor Holder was trying to steal on the first move, just like with Cobales, except this time Taylor Holder tries to get into a rundown. They go back and forth. Holder almost ran into Mickey Thompson before Thompson got the baseball. That would have been obstruction and bailed Holder out of the play, but instead he turned around right at the right time that he didn't run into Thompson and then ran down to second. The tag looked like it might have gotten applied to him, but John Poland says it wasn't, and Holder into second safely. So he ends up stealing the bag without a pitch, and Alex Fernandez at the plate takes his first pitch for a ball up high. 1 out, runner on second base. The 1-0 pitch popped up out of play by Fernandez, and it is 1-1. As I was saying, baseball bingo winning Wednesday. Fans trying to compete for a prize package courtesy of St. Joe's Bingo and the Yakima Valley Pippins. One more baseball bingo winning Wednesday of the season on August 11th, 2 weeks from now. Don't want to miss that one. It's a lot of fun. Any baseball game, especially a Pippins game, is fun, but just adds an extra layer, making sure you're paying attention. Ball gets away momentarily from Burley. Holder over to third. He slides in safely on the pass ball. Holder with some heads-up base running. Turns potentially getting caught stealing or picked off of first into a stolen base, and then moves over to third on the wild pitch or pass ball, depending on how it goes down. It's going to go down as a wild pitch. That only went a few feet away from Jacob Burley. Holder flashing the speed there. Infield playing in now. Fernandez, 2-1 count. That ball gets away from Burley. Holder heading home. Burley to the backstop. He won't pick it up in time. And Taylor Holder scores. Moving to second on a stolen base. Almost getting caught in the rundown. Moves to third on the wild pitch and scores on another wild pitch. Well, all the pressure off of Alex Fernandez now, who has a 3-1 count. Nobody on base and 1 out. The Pippins are now on top 5-2. It was Alex Shanks who started the scoring in this inning with a 2-run home run to left field. The 3-1 pitch to Fernandez. Looked down near the shoelaces, but apparently caught the knees on its way down. Fernandez had tossed his bat away and gave Chad Little a little bit of a look. And Fernandez is going to have to be careful now after he had his elbow guard halfway off. He cannot look at anything close with a full count and 1 out now. Mickey Thompson threw the windup, the payoff pitch. Catches, misses low and away, and that looked close enough that Chad Little might have been willing to grab that because of Fernandez tossing the bat away a pitch ago. Instead, he walks. There's a runner on first base with 1 out. Pippins up 5-2. And the Cowlitz Black Bears look like they're going to go ahead and make a pitching change. We'll have that for you and the rest of the bottom of the 4th inning when we return. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
So it will be Michael Benz who takes over here in the bottom of the 4th inning with Alex Fernandez on first base. Benz a right-hander, taking over for the left-hander Mickey Thompson. Thompson got through 3 1/3 innings pitched. He gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. I believe all 5 of them earned. Yeah, all 5 of them earned. He walked 3 batters in this inning, so 4 total for him, and had 2 strikeouts. And Michael Benz will try to keep the Pippins to just a 5-2 lead. Spencer Marenko will bat, top of the order for the Pippins with 1 out and Fernandez on first base. Fernandez is 1 for 2 stealing bases in West Coast League play. Pippins have been aggressive this series. No reason to think that will discontinue now that there's a right-hander on the mound. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider catches the outside corner on its way out. 1-1 to Spencer Marenko. Spencer is 0 for 1 tonight. He walked as the first batter for the Pippins in the bottom of the 1st inning. Stole second base and scored from second on a base hit by Conor Cobales. Benz throws over to first. Good move for him. A quick hop and a sidearm throw over to first. Ben's 14 appearances out of the bullpen in West Coast League play for the Cowlitz Black Bears, 2.07 ERA, 2-3 record. He also has a save. Spencer lines this one into shallow center. Racing forward is the center fielder Brock Mortensen, and he will make the catch on the run for out number 2. Well, 1 out of 2 down for Michael Benz. So here's Conor Cobales, who is 1 for 2 tonight, had that RBI base hit in the first, flew out to right in the third. Fernandez with the start and stop at first base. Burley thought about throwing back to first, and Fernandez was well off the bag, but he does not, and Fernandez is able to scurry back safely. Throw over to first from Benz, and back in safely is Fernandez. Two outs, the 1-0 pitch. Slider does not catch the outside corner. It's 2-0 for Conor Cobales. A lot of movement on that slider from Michael Benz. He's been locating it pretty well in the first 2 batters he's faced. Here's the 2-0. They go to the fastball on the inside half, called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike for Conor Cobales. Fernandez ended the day of Mickey Thompson with a walk after Taylor Holder had walked, stole second, and moved to third and then home on 2 different wild pitches during the at-bat of Alex Fernandez. Here's the 2-1. Fernandez takes off, and Conor Cobales fouls it off of himself in the batter's box. So Fernandez will have to take the long jog back to first base. Here's the 2-2. Fernandez takes off again. Throw down to second. Beats Fernandez, and the tag gets there in time. Alex Fernandez caught stealing second. Second caught stealing for him this year. We head into the 5th inning. Pippins leading 5-2, thanks in part to the 2-run home run by Alex Shanks. And Taylor Holder getting things done with the walk and using the legs to get around the base paths. Conor Cobales will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th as he was at the plate for the caught stealing. But first, we go to the top of the fifth. 9-1 and 2 due up for Cowlitz. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the top of the fifth inning. Matthew Schwartz will lead things off, followed by Riku Nishida and Brock Bozette. And they will continue to face Dylan Bishop, who has allowed 4 hits in 4 innings, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Dylan Bishop so far. First pitch just below the knees, taken for a ball by Schwartz. Schwartz flew out to the left fielder, Alex Shanks, in the second inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch and a fly ball on the first base side. That'll go out of play, 1-1. Dylan Bishop pitching about what we expect for a Dylan Bishop outing, which is pitch to contact, nothing fancy, doesn't strike out a lot of guys, doesn't give up a lot of hits. And so far that's been about what we have seen from him. A called strike to Matthew Schwartz, and it's 1-2. Did allow the home run, not totally common, although Brock Mortensen certainly took advantage of that short corner in left field. The 1-2, a wipeout breaking ball that misses way outside, and it's 2-2. And the nice thing, Dylan Bishop, you know, he turns in this kind of outing, and as I said, it's what they expect out of him, a fly ball into right field, and Alex Fernandez takes a hop to his right to make the catch for out number 1. But it's not what they get out of him every time. A lot of times he exceeds expectations. If this is the outing they get out of Dylan Bishop, the Pippins are happy because they know the offense will back him up as they are tonight. They're out in front 5-2 heading into the 5th inning. But when Bishop is even better than he has been tonight, striking out a lot of batters perhaps, or just retiring a number of them in a row, he's even more dangerous and helps the Pippins out that much more. So this being the baseline for him is just exactly what the Pippins need, especially as they wrap up the second half here. Called strike starts off the at-bat for Riku Nishida. Nishida is 1 for 2 tonight. He struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Had a single in the first. The 0-1 pitch he takes low and away, and that's ball 1, 1-1. Nishida bats from the left side, 1-1 count. Bishop delivers, and that one misses outside. It's 2-1. Bishop, ever since Landon Shire joined the team, Bishop and Shire, especially on long bus rides, have been unbreakable. They talk a lot about pitching and mechanics and different drills that Landon Shire can recommend to him. They have a lot of shared experience in their college experience as Nishida swings at that one as he was pulling himself out of the batter's box. It bounces in the gap and rolls to the wall. Nishida on his way to second. That will be a stand-up double for Riku Nishida. I'm almost surprised he didn't end up with a triple on that one. hit that one on the run out of the left-handed batter's box, and it bounced into the power alley in left center. No one was able to get to it. Bounced all the way to the wall, and Nishida with just the stand-up double. One out, he's on second base. And here's Brock Bozette. Bozette without an at-bat officially tonight. He has 2 walks. One that took 10 pitches and one that took 7. First pitch, and Bozette fouls one off the end of the bat. That is the 4th double of the season for Riku Nishida, who also had one last night. 0-1 count with 1 out. Bishop looks back at second, and the 0-1 pitch is lined into right field. Alex Fernandez took a bad read on it, but underneath it makes the catch, and Nishida will tag for third. He'll get there as the throw gets cut off by Cobales, the shortstop. Fernandez was coming forward at first. He ended up ranging back and making the catch above his head. And so that will bring Jacob Stinson to the plate. Stinson and Sam Brown behind him are 0 for 4 tonight with 2 flyouts and 2 line drives, all of them to center field. First pitch strike delivered to Stinson, left-handed hitter. Bats with 2 outs, and Riku Nishida 90 feet away at third base. Pippins leading 5-2. Here's the 0-1 to Stinson, and he lines this one into left. Will it drop? It will not. Hung up long enough for Alex Shanks to run in and make the catch for out number 3. So he lines out this time, at least not to center field, but the line out to Shanks in left ends the 5th. Nishida stranded on third base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Pippins on top 5-2. 2, 3, and 4 due up. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Conor Cobales leading things off. First pitch misses inside for a called ball. Conor Cobales had worked himself into a full count, but on the 3rd ball, Alex Fernandez was caught stealing second base. So he gets a fresh count and uses this one to line one into right center. Diving is the center fielder Mortensen. It's past him and cut off on the warning track by Jacob Stinson in right field. Cobales pulls up at second base. Believe it or not, that is the first extra base hit for Conor Cobales this season. And it's a double to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Cobales has been a wizard at getting on base and now gets an extra base here in the 5th. First double of the year. Second hit of the night, had a base hit, RBI base hit in the 1st inning. Flew out in the 3rd and leads off the bottom of the 5th with that double. Here's Blake Dickman looking for his first hit of the night. That one taken outside And that is ball one. Dickman hitting third in the lineup tonight. He was the DH last night. Hit sixth. Moves up to third as the first baseman. The 1-0. Fists that one into shallow right. That'll drop in for a base hit. Cobales was hung up between second and third to make sure it dropped. Once it did, he's over to third. Otherwise, in like a 2-out situation, or if they were more confident that would drop, Cobales could have scored easily from second. But the base hit by Blake Dickman puts runners on the corners with no outs for Michael Carpenter Jr., who's also looking for his first hit of the night. Before that, Jacob Burley will head out to the mound for a quick conversation. Cowlitz came into this game leading the West Coast League with a 3.11 ERA. That even after they allowed 12 runs to the Pippins last night. They've already allowed 5 runs here tonight, all 5 earned by Mickey Thompson, the starter. They also came into this game leading the league in walks and hits per inning pitch, a whip of a 1.25, and were third in opponents' batting average, with other teams hitting just .217 against them. And the Pippins have found the antidote here in this series. Already 7 hits, 5 runs for him against the Cowlitz pitchers in this game. 12 runs on 12 hits last night. Runners on the corners and no outs. Here's the first pitch to Carpenter. He takes on the outside corner for a called strike. Carpenter has struggled a little bit against left-handed pitchers. But Michael Ben's now a right-hander on the mound for Cowlitz, and Michael Carpenter might find something he can hit. Here's the 0-1. Outside, off the end of the bat, slow roller up the middle. Matthew Schwartz will pick it up, step on second, throw to first, but he took too much time, and Carpenter is safe at first. Either way, Cobales was going to score from third, and he does. The Pippins now lead 6-2. So Carpenter on first. Blake Dickman put out at second on the play. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Cobales scores. The Pippins lead 6-3. Here's Mason Marenko. Strike taken on the outside corner, and it is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, a slider that Marenko pops up shallow right field. This time might be shallow enough for Riku Nishida to make the catch. He does, as there was a scrum. All 3 players, first baseman Sam Brown again and Jacob Stinson, the right fielder, converging. They were about a foot away from Nishida as he made the catch on that one. So that is the second out of this inning. Carpenter still on first. Alex Shanks will bat. Alex Shanks had the big 2-run home run in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 4th inning that broke the tie, giving the Pippins a 4-2 lead. They added 1 more in the 4th and 1 here in the 5th. Shanks with a big swing, misses, and that's strike 1. Shanks' home run bounced off the scoreboard in left field. TrackMan had it projected at 388 feet, 7 inches of distance, 101 miles per hour off the bat. The 0-1 foul tipped by Alex Shanks. For reference, talked about the West Coast League publishing some leaderboards. For last week, Sam Olson had a ball that was hit 389 feet. That was 4th in the league on the week for distance. This one just 1 foot behind that at 388. As Shanks takes one well off the plate, 1-2. Austin Plante actually had the furthest hit ball last week. He crushed a home run 408 feet in Wenatchee. That one high, bounces off the glove of Jacob Burley, and Michael Carpenter Jr. will move over to second. Burley actually pushed the home plate umpire, Chad Little, out of the way in order to race back to the backstop. I've never seen a catcher willing to put his hands on an umpire like that. That pitch was very high, and Burley had to jump up to try to catch it. It bounced off the glove into the backstop. Carpenter on second, 2 outs, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shanks. He takes in the dirt, and it's 3-2. First 2 pitches were strikes to Shanks, and now the count is full. By the way, as far as distance hit, Noah Williamson hit one 429 feet earlier this year. That is in the top 5 for the season in the West Coast League. A full count, swung on and missed, and Alex Shanks goes down swinging to end the bottom of the 5th. The Pippins do score a run. They lead 6-2. We'll head into the 6th inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Cowlitz. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the top of the 6th inning. Sam Brown will lead things off for the Cowlitz Black Bears, followed by Brock Mortensen and Johnny Radomski. Dylan Bishop out for a 6th inning of work. 5 innings so far for him. 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 2 walks and 3 strikeouts for the right-hander out of Sela. Julian Todd and Chabot getting some work done in the bullpen. He threw a couple of times in the bullpen in Wenatchee. He actually fooled me the first game. I thought he was warming up to come into the game. He told me afterwards they were just working with him on some fundamentals, some mechanics. So I don't want to get too excited about the possibility of him coming into this game, but I do believe he might be getting warm now to potentially come into this game if Dylan Bishop starts to have the wheels fall off coming into his 6th inning of work. Here's the first pitch to Sam Brown. He takes first called strike. Brown, this is his 2nd game. He did reach on a walk in the first game. He does not have a hit so far between either game. Dylan Bishop hasn't gone 5 innings in a start since July 2nd in Bend. A couple of 4-inning starts and a 3-inning start for him. As Brown fouls one off. Actually, I was looking at the wrong column there. He's had 3 straight 5-inning starts. This will be his longest start since back on June 9th against Bellingham, as Brown takes a ball and it's 1-2. His longest start was actually his first start of the season against Corvallis. The 1-2 pitch. Brown tries to check his swing. He does not. Carpenter picks up the baseball off the dirt and tags Sam Brown, and that is out number 1. Strikeout number 4 for Dylan Bishop. For Bishop, it's been a mixture of he had a busy college season. He made 11 starts at Whitworth, pitched 63 2/3 innings for them. So he had a couple of longer starts to start the year, and then after that it's been a mixture of just running into trouble so he doesn't go all the way and them limiting him to 5 innings down the stretch, especially knowing they're going to the playoffs, trying to make sure his arm makes it all the way there before he has to get shut down for innings thrown in the year, as Mortensen takes the first 2 pitches for balls, and it's 2-0. Mortensen had a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 4th against Bishop. The 2-0 up high. He goes after it, swings and misses. Left-handed hitter actually hit that one to the opposite corner, the left field corner. Tucked it right behind the foul pole. Projected distance 346 feet 8 inches. Thanks to TrackMan. Takes a pitch inside, and it's 3-1. That one was 96 miles per hour off the bat for Mortensen. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that one fouled off, so the count is full. That one bounced off the wall behind the bleacher seats at the top of the grandstands and then hit a fan. Didn't even flinch. Held his head for a second, and then now is just back to watching the game. Payoff pitch. Fouled off again by Mortensen. Mortensen struck out in his first at-bat, had the home run in the fourth. Both times he led off innings. Here in the sixth, bats with one out and nobody on. The 3-2 again, fouled off straight back this time. Dylan Bishop is at 88 pitches here in the sixth inning. This could turn out to be his last inning. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. That one got a piece of the home plate umpire, and I think it got him where you don't want to get hit. And now he takes a knee, so that one definitely got him. Head coach Kyle Crustangel will be out to commiserate. Hand him a bottle of water. There's not a whole lot that can be done when you get hit down there. You just got to wait it out. For the 50% of baseball fans who don't exactly know what it feels like. Michael Carpenter Jr. immediately got up, realized Chad Little was bent over, and headed out to the mound. It's always one of those things that just depends on the umpire, depends on the player too. Sometimes it happens to catchers on how they want to react in those situations. Some guys like to act like it doesn't hurt at all, so they'll just go ahead and get hit and kind of stand there. But Chad Little, this one hurt a lot. That one was taken, I think, directly off the bat of Brock Mortensen. And now John Poland, his partner, was taking his time. He'll come down to check on him. Gives him a pat on the back. The thing about this kind of injury is that, well, it hurts the first time, and then it kind of goes away, and the veterans know it will come right back. There's always a second wave, and Chad Little waited it out. Looks like he's about ready to go. Brock Mortensen will still have a full count with one out. And nobody on base. The Pippins leading 6-2. Chad Little shakes out the arms. Looks like he's ready to go. Mortensen digs back in. Bishop looks in for the sign and comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Again, swung on and missed, and Brock Mortensen strikes out. And for Chad Little, a little bit of karma there. The bat inflicts the damage, and this time the bat misses the baseball, and Brock Mortensen is down. 2 strikeouts in a row for Dylan Bishop. That is strikeout number 5 on the night, as he continues to put together a nice little outing here for the Pippins. If he gets through this 6th inning, like I said, would be his longest outing since back on June 9th. Called strike starts off the at-bat for Johnny Radomski. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses low and away. It's 1-1. And we've seen this from Bishop, where he gives up a few runs early and then starts to put things together as the outing goes on, and he figures out the batters. The 1-1 pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. So far, he has retired the last 4 straight. If you take out the double by Nishida, that was 1 hit in the last, let's see, count them up here, 9 batters. 3-1 as he misses up high to Radomski. Pitch. Misses down low. He walks Radomski on 5 pitches. So 3 walks on the night for Dylan Bishop. And here is Sean Mulcair. as Radomski reaches for the second time tonight. First time Radomski reached was on a single, and Sean Mulcair came up with one out. Sacrifice bunted him over to second base, and then Jacob Burley scored him with a double. No sacrifice bunt possibility for Mulcair now with 2 outs, but Radomski is on first base. Here's the first pitch. Fly ball into left field corner, tailing, and that will go into the parking lot down in left field. Left-handed hitter Sean Mulcair at the plate. Alex Shanks is playing well away from the left field line, so even if that had stayed near the Pippins bullpen, there was no chance Shanks was going to come over and make the catch on that one. The outfield shaded to the pull side for the left-handed hitter Mulcair. Infield just about straight up. Here's the 0-1. This one lined into right field. That will stay fair. No, just curved foul down the line. So no balls and 2 strikes as Mulcair now has a foul ball to either side. Mulcair, after taking the long jog back, now digs back in. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first, Radomski, who walked. The 0-2 pitch misses down low. Carpenter goes down to first. Dickman has to block it out in front of him, and he does to keep it from rolling into right field. Well, Dickman uses his training as a catcher. Doesn't have the chest protector on, but doesn't let that stop him. Drops to the knees and blocks it with his chest. And Radomski stays at first base. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Sean Mulcair. Here's the pitch. Another fly ball, this time foul on the third base side. And I think just one of those body language things that Julian Todd and Chabot down in the bullpen, I believe he is warming up to come into the game. He might be coming in for the 7th if Bishop is able to get out of this 6th inning. Here's the 1-2. And this one softly lifted right near second baseman Spencer Marenko, who makes the catch right on the infield dirt for out number 3. So Johnny Radomski with a 2-out walk. Dylan Bishop gets through the 6th without another run. The Pippins lead 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Pippins out in front 6-2, 7, 8, and 9 due up, starting with Bryce Martin Grudzalanek, who is 1 for 2 with a base hit and a flyout in today's contest. Bryce digs in against Michael Benz, who continues his work. 1 2/3 innings pitched so far, 2 hits, 1 run. No walks, 1 strikeout as Bryce swings and misses at the first pitch. It will be Bryce Martin, Grudzalonic, Taylor Holder, and Alex Fernandez to lead things off. Here's the 0-1. And Bryce lines this one into left field. Johnny Radomski over to his left into the gap. He makes the catch for out number 1. That will bring Taylor Holder to the plate. Scored the 5th run of this game. He reached on a walk, stole second base. He was almost picked off, got into a pickle, and ended up taking second base on the play, moved to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a wild pitch, all before Alex Fernandez was able to finish his at-bat. Here's the first pitch to Holder. He takes inside for a called ball. Takes outside now, and it's 2-0 for Holder. The 2-0 pitch, and Holder with a high fly ball, middle of the infield. Riku Nishida immediately calls for it. All right, on the grass in front of second base, he makes the catch for out number 2. Quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That one, soft grounder up the middle. Alex Fernandez racing down the line. He is not beat it out. The throw from Matthew Schwartz got there just in time. That grounder was off the end of the bat, and Fernandez grounds out. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th. Pippins up 6-2. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the top of the 7th inning. Chris Rosado Jr. bringing you all of the action here on the Pippins Broadcast Network. Julian Totten-Chabot will take over on the mound for Dylan Bishop. Bishop currently in line for the win as he exits with a 6-2 lead after a 6-inning quality start. Nobody can take that from him. If he does earn the win, he'll be on top of the team in that category with 5 wins. He's 4-1 currently. Julian Totten-Chabot getting warm on the mound. Totten-Chabot has made 2 relief appearances in West Coast League play for the Pippins, a 1-0 record, 10.80 ERA in 3 1/3 innings pitched. 2 outings for him have looked very different. His first outing in West Coast League play in Walla Walla, he actually pitched a clean first inning of relief, came out for a second and struggled. He walked 3, ended up allowing 4 runs while earning just 1 out in his second inning of work against Walla Walla. That's what has hurt his ERA. His second outing came on July 21st against Bend, where he actually earned the win with 2 innings of relief, allowing no runs, no hits, no walks, and he struck out 3. That is what Totten-Chabot is capable of, and the Pippins hope to see out of him tonight as well. We're working on some things with him in Wenatchee. His dad was actually in Wenatchee hoping to see him pitch, and I think got just as excited as I did to see him getting warmed up a couple of times. But again, they were just doing some work with him, and now he's ready to go here in Yakima. Game number 2, the Pippins won 12-8 last night, and they're currently on top 6-2 as we enter the 7th inning. Todd and Chabot will begin his work against Jacob Burley. Takes a ball down low. Burley is 1 for 2, a double and a flyout for him. Right-handed hitter Burley, right-handed pitcher Todd and Chabot. The 1-0 pitch misses down low, and it's 2-0. Todd and Chabot's family actually originally out of Holland. The 2-0 pitch. This is down low, and it's 3-0 starting his first batter, Jacob Burley. One of the late adds to the pitching staff for the Pippins, one of a handful. Here's the 3-0. And that one misses high. So 4 straight balls start the outing for Julian, Todd, and Chabot. Jacob Burley is on, and Matthew Schwarz will step to the plate. It's a 4-run lead for the Pippins, so Todd and Chabot will get an opportunity to work himself out of this, but they'll want to see him start to throw some strikes. Landon Shire pitched the 9th inning last night. He will likely be unavailable tonight. First pitch to Schwarz. He takes outside. 5 straight balls now from Todd and Chabot. 2 flyouts for Schwarz in this game. He's 0 for 2. Owen Wild will walk down, meander really, down to the bullpen for the Pippins. I believe he is the end game option for them in this game as Todd and Chabot throws over to first. But back in safely is Burley. As I said, Owen Wild had a long relief outing a few days ago. 4 1/3 innings pitched for him as the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and Todd and Chabot in the strike column. It was back on Saturday that Owen Wild had that long relief outing, so it looks like he is back available today now. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. I was curious whether Wild would be available because I was wondering whether they might try to save Shire for a potential save situation later down the line, but they brought him in for the 9th last night. As the 1-2 pitch misses down low, and it's 2-2, which potentially indicated that Owen Wild was not available out of the bullpen last night. And it looks like he is tonight. But the Pippins hope they won't have to see him at least until next inning. Here's the 2-2. Tried to check his swing, but he went around. Ball gets away from Carp. And Burley takes second on the ball that skips away from Michael Carpenter Jr. And I don't know. I think that Carpenter should have tried to throw that. Matthew Schwarz was between him and second base. He had taken off for first base on the ball in the dirt, but Schwarz was out because Burley started that pitch on first base. He was automatically out. Him going down the line and ending up in the way of the throw from Carpenter, he could have had batter's interference on that one. But Carpenter holds on to the ball, and Burley takes second. First pitch strike delivered to Riku Nishida. So 1 out, runner on second base for Julian, Todd, and Chabot. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Nishida takes over the heart of the plate for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Nishida is 2 for 3 tonight, single and a double. He also struck out in the 3rd against Dylan Bishop. Double play ball erased with the runner now on second base and 1 out. Totten looks back at second, the 0-2, and Nishida with the inside pitch grounds it to first base. Blake Dickman tried to apply the tag to Nishida, and they say that he did. Dickman had to get around Totten Chabot, who was trying to cover the bag. Blake Dickman had come off the bag to make that play. Riku Nishida, a speedy runner down the line. That was going to be a tough play. Dickman didn't have enough time to go to the bag, so he tried to cut him off down the line. Totten Chabot was in the way, so Dickman had to get around him to try to apply the tag. Nishida doesn't think he was tagged. And ultimately, if John Poland looks for help from Chad Little, it will come down to whether Chad Little saw a tag or a no tag. It looked like Blake Dickman might not have made the tag, so Poland must have seen definitively a tag because that's an easy play to call safe, and he will ask for help from Chad Little. I don't know how much help he'll be because of the angle. Chad Little didn't have a much better look from home plate. It's a quick talk where I believe Chad Little said, I didn't see anything. So Poland's point of view goes, and like I said, that's an easy play to call safe. So the fact that Poland called him out means he saw the tag applied. So Burley moves over to third on the ground out by Riku Nishida. Blake Dickman somehow makes that play happen, and the point continuing to be argued. The umpires have already made their decision. There's not really anything else that can happen now, but I always want to have the last word. Nishida actually had not gone all the way back to the dugout, and Chad Little, or John Poland now, is back at first base, but there's a runner on third. See how quickly they can correct this. The first pitch misses in the dirt. First pitch delivered ball to Brock Bozette. I'm entranced in the possibility that a play could happen at third base, and the base umpire is at first base right now. The 1-0 pitch off the glove of Carpenter. Coming home is Burley. No throw to the plate, and Jacob Burley scores on the wild pitch. So he moves to second on the wild pitch as Matthew Schwartz struck out swinging, goes over to third on the ground out by Nishida, and scores on the wild pitch here to Bozette, who has a 2-0 count. And the Pippins lead is cut to 6-3. So the run allowed by Totten Chabot, trying to get through his first inning of relief. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Bozette. Takes at the top of the strike zone for a called strike, and it's 2-1. Pippins will likely be looking to get 2 innings out of Totten Chabot here. The 2-1 lined the other way down the right field line, and will tuck foul into the Cowlitz bullpen. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes for Bozette. Bozette had 2 walks to start this game, then lined out to right field in the 5th. Almost dropped that one down the line here in the 7th inning. Pippins lead 6-3. Top of the 7th, 2 outs, 2-2 count for Bozette with nobody on. The 2-2 pitch from Totten Chabot, lined right at Mason Marenko. Didn't have to move his feet, puts the glove on the ball, and Totten Chabot allows 1 run, no hits. The walk comes back to haunt him as he gets through the 7th, and the Pippins lead 6-3. Time to stretch in Yakima. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
Calm uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma. Okay, family meeting. Come on, welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher for the Cowlitz Black Bears. It is Eli Takalo who will take over on the mound. Right-hander again in relief for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Pippins have seen Eli Takalo a couple of times before. As he was with Cowlitz when the Pippins were in Cowlitz, and also he previously pitched, I believe, for the Cascade Collegiate League All-Stars. One of the non-league games the Pippins played earlier. Takalo has made one appearance for the Black Bears in the season in West Coast League play. One inning, he allowed no runs, no decision for him. That came on July 24th in Port Angeles. He will face the top of the order for the Pippins here in the bottom of the 7th, starting with Spencer Marenko, followed by Conor Cobales and Blake Dickman. For Michael Benz, it was 2 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He did not walk a batter and struck out 1. The 5th inning, the only bit of trouble for him, as he allowed a leadoff double to Conor Cobales, and Blake Dickman had a base hit, followed by the fielder's choice by Michael Carpenter Jr. that got Dickman out at second and scored Cobales from third. Spencer Marenko, first pitch swinging, hits a hard grounder up the middle, off the pitcher's mound, does not hit Takalo and goes all the way through the middle. Took an awkward hop right before Nishida, or else he might have had a chance to grab that one. Instead, it's a seeing eye single through the middle for Spencer Marenko. Conor Cobales 2 for 3 tonight. Single, a double, and a flyout for him. Spencer Marenko on first base. He already has a stolen base tonight, and that was against a left-hander. Now 8 stolen bases on the year. First pitch to Cobales. He takes inside for a called ball. The 8 stolen bases for Spencer Marenko put him 1 behind Conor Cobales, currently batting. No outs here to start the bottom of the 7th. Takalo the 1-0. Cobales takes up high, and it's 2-0. Blake Dickman on deck. He's 1 for 3. Had his first hit of the night in the 5th to help move over Cobales. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Cobales. He takes at the knees for a called strike. Today's 7th inning is brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic. For all game reports and news about the Pippins, read the Yakima Herald-Republic either in print or online. The Yakima Herald-Republic, they tell the Pippins stories. Story tonight has been a quality start from Dylan Bishop. He goes 6 innings, allows 2 runs on 5 hits. As Cobales lines this one into left center field, that'll drop in for a base hit. On his way to third is Spencer Marenko. On his way to second is Cobales. The throw goes to second. Nishida catches it, and Spencer Marenko's hand gets around the glove. And the Black Bears can't believe it. Head coach immediately out of the dugout before time is called. Conor Cobales, who came into this game without a double, now has 2 of them in his last 2 at-bats. Well, improbable but not impossible. That ball got there well ahead. They made the smart play throwing behind the play to second. Nishida had the ball well before Cobales dove in, put the glove in front of the base without looking. By the time he turned around, Spencer Marenko had slid in and did some kind of swim move. I didn't think he had that good of a move on. And he kind of rolled past the bag. I don't even think he was touching second, thinking he had been out when John Poland called him safe. I don't know if he got the hand underneath the tag or what happened. Now John Poland is done with the head coach for Cowlitz. He's now walking away from him. And he's testing the boundaries here. Brian Burris, he was already given the point back to his dugout, and then Poland walked away. That is the universal signal for I don't want to talk to you anymore. And Burris now urged back to the dugout by Chad Little and the rest of the coaching staff for Cowlitz. Number of calls not seeming to go in favor of the Cowlitz Black Bears. Pippins will certainly take all of these calls. John Poland and Chad Little, two of the most professional umpires and consistent, at least strike zone-wise, that the Pippins have seen. The plays on the bases have been a little interesting, to say the least. Runners on second and third. Blake Dickman takes an off-speed pitch down low for ball one. So it's a single for Spencer Marenko and a double by Conor Cobales that leads things off here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Pippins have runners on second and third with no outs, and the infield will move in, with the exception of Riku Nishida playing even with the second base bag. Here's the 1-0, and Dickman with a foul tip back into the glove. It's 1-1. Pippins lead 6-3. Dickman trying to add to it. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Here's the 1-1. A breaking ball breaks in, and that's in for a strike, 1-2. Dickman thought that had stayed too far inside. It started almost behind him and broke all the way back. That is a lot of movement on that slider from Takalo. 1-2, no outs. Two runners in scoring position. Takalo comes set and delivers. Dickman off the end of the bat. It goes to Nishida at second base. The runners hold it where they are, and Dickman will ground out, not producing a run. Spencer Marenko on third. Conor Cobales on second. Plenty of speed, but they know Riku Nishida has a high baseball IQ and a strong arm as well. And now there'll be a visit from the pitching coach. Corey Keir will head out for a quick chat with Eli Takalo. Looks like Julian Todd and Chabot will return for the eighth inning when we get to that point. Left-hander getting loose down in the bullpen. Looks like Liam Hadakanaka. I believe when the Pippins were in Cowlitz, Hadakanaka actually made his debut. And he did actually. He was brought in basically to face Austin Plante, as Hadakanaka is a sidearm lefty. Plante, a left-handed hitter. And this meeting might just be to buy some time for Hadakanaka down in the bullpen. Because Michael Carpenter Jr., the left-hander's at the plate right now. There won't be another lefty up until the bottom of the order, Alex Fernandez, and Cowlitz certainly hopes that they won't have to see him. And, yep, just as Corey Keir returned to the dugout, waiting as long as he could, Brian Burris. Well, he wants to make a pitching change, I think. Well, he was told to not go onto the field by Chad Little. And he's causing an even further delay now by asking the umpires to get together about some sort of discussion. I'm not sure if they're getting together to decide whether Burris is allowed to head out onto the field to potentially make a change back-to-back like that, or whether he had asked about some sort of rule. either way, the delay is exactly what they want as Hada Kanaka hurries to get ready in the bullpen. And well, they don't make the change. I'm not exactly sure why not. I don't necessarily know that you couldn't make a mound visit and then make a pitching change. Not sure if Tackler will have to maybe just throw one pitch and then they can bring the left-hander in, whether that'll be worth it. Infield playing in with one out. Spencer Marenko still on third. Conor Cobales on second. Left-handed hitting Michael Carpenter Jr. at the plate. First pitch and softly bounced in front of the pitcher's mound. Takalo picks it up, throws home. Spencer Marenko's underneath the tag. The catcher, Burley, is heated and immediately given the stop sign by Chad Little. Spencer was well under that tag. That was probably the easiest play of the night to call for Chad Little. As Spencer Marenko slid in and Jacob Burley was making the turn, his glove was up high. He tagged Spencer Marenko on his back after he had touched the plate. And the Pippins now lead 7-3 with runners on the corners, and it looks like they're going to make the change to Hada Kanaka now, even though the left-hander no longer at the plate. So Eli Takalo allows a single and a double to start the seventh inning. Ground out by Blake Dickman doesn't produce a run, but Michael Carpenter Jr. with the slow bouncer. They decide to test that one, and it pays off as Spencer Marenko scores from third. Conor Cobales moves over to third. Pippins have runners on the corners with one out when we return to the bottom of the seventh with a new pitcher for the Cowlitz Black Bears. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back as we continue the bottom of the seventh inning. One out, runners on the corners for the Pippins, and Liam Hada Kanaka will take over on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears. The Black Bears, it looks like we're really hoping to get Hada Kanaka on the mound against Carpenter, but it kind of snuck up on them. So they tried to delay, and then I believe, and this is purely just inference, I believe they were not allowed to make the change. They had to, I'm assuming, throw at least one pitch, Takalo to Carpenter, and Carpenter swung at that first pitch. It was an off-speed pitch. He was out in front of it. It went off the end of the bat and bounced out in front of the mound. Takalo went home with it to try to get Spencer Marenko, who slid in under the tag, and that ended the day for Eli Takalo. And now Jacob Burley. Well, he wanted to go out and talk to Hada Kanaka, and I think they told him he would get charged with another mound visit, so he just went halfway out and shouted some directions at Hada Kanaka. They had met when he came onto the mound, so I'm not sure what they forgot to talk about other than potentially the first and third play so that he knows whether he needs to duck or not. So here's Mason Marenko. As Hada Kanaka throws over to first, and Michael Carpenter Jr. back in safely. Carpenter does have a stolen base this year. Marenko, one walk, one strikeout, and a flyout for him tonight. He walked to lead off the bottom of the fourth and came around to score on the two-run home run by Alex Shanks as Hada Kanaka takes advantage of being a left-hander, steps towards first and throws over. That time looked a lot different from the first throw. The first throw, he just lifted up his leg and lazily stepped towards first. That one, he moved a lot closer to the plate. First pitch catches the outside corner. You see a lot of those left-handers, especially at the college level, coached on the pickoff move where their leg goes as far home as possible without getting called for the balk. Hadakanaka will try to take advantage of that. The 0-1 at the top of the strike zone. It's 0-2 for Mason Marenko. They thought that one was a little high. Hadakanaka with a little bit of sidearm action coming from the left side. It's an awkward arm angle for him. It's not your traditional sidewinder, but definitely a lower arm slot than normal. 0-2 count, 1 out with runners on the corners. Pippins have already scored 1 run in this inning, and Mason swings and misses. That's strike 3. Carpenter stays at first on the ball in the dirt. So there are now 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning, and here's Alex Shanks. Shanks is 2 for 3 tonight, a single and a 2-run home run that broke the tie in the 4th, giving the Pippins the lead that they have held on to so far. They broke a 2-2 tie, made it 4-2 at that point. They added another run in that inning, 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 7th so far. Shanks takes a first pitch outside for a called ball. Cowlitz has a run in each of the 2nd, 4th, and 7th innings. So it is currently 7-3. Here's the 1-0, and that one will miss. No, that one catches the inside corner to Shanks. Shanks thought it was in on the hands, but Chad Little liked the location. So 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. The pitch. And Shanks hits a grounder towards the third baseman, Bozetu. Grabs it with the glove and throws the short way to second to retire Michael Carpenter Jr. Great play by Brock Bozette. That one doesn't get through the left side of the infield, prevents any further runs. The Pippins do score 1, but Liam Hadakanaka comes in and strands the 2 runners that Takalo put on here in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th. Pippins on top, 7-3. 3, 4, and 5 due up to face Julian Todd and Chabot in his 2nd inning of work. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the top of the 8th inning. Julian Todd and Chabot will head into his 2nd inning of work. Did not allow a hit, but he did walk the first batter in the top of the 7th inning, who came around to score after moving to 2nd on a wild pitch, moving to 3rd on a ground out, and scoring on a wild pitch. So 1 run, 1 walk, no hits, no strikeouts for Todd and Chabot. Final point relating to the TrackMan leaderboards the West Coast League puts out every week at this point. They started it, I believe last week was the first week. They've been tracking spin rate as well, and Julian Todd and Chabot actually on July 21st threw a pitch with 3,263 revolutions per minute. The first pitch catches the inside corner to Jacob Stinson to start off the top of the 8th inning. That was the highest spin rate of a pitch in the last week, and actually ends up on the leaderboard for the season, the 3rd highest spin rate on a pitch for the season. High chopper to the second baseman, Spencer Marenko, fields it up the middle, 1 hops first base, and Blake Dickman picks it, but it gets there too late. Spencer didn't have time to set his feet, so kind of rainbowed it over to first, and Stinson had enough time to beat out the infield single. That will bring Sam Brown to the plate, still looking for his first West Coast League hit. Runner on first base, no outs here in the top of the 8th as the Cowlitz Black Bears try to claw their way back from a 4-run deficit, and that ball bounces well in the grass out in front of home plate. That one almost bounced up and back into the strike zone against Sam Brown. It bounced out so early. Pitcher getting loose down in the bullpen for the Pippins. I wonder if that's Owen Wild. Can't get a good look at him right now. Here's the 1-0 to Brown. That one misses down low, and it's 2-0. I believe it is Owen Wild getting loose in the bullpen in case Todd and Chabot runs into trouble. At the least, Wild will probably come in for the 9th. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Brown takes outside for a called ball. So it's 3-0. First batter aboard on a single. And Todd and Chabot in danger of putting the second batter on with a walk. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one misses up high. Sam Brown walks. That's his second walk in as many days. The only 2 times he's been on base have been from walks. Runners on first and second now with no outs, and here's Brock Mortensen. Fly ball in the infield. Conor Cobales on the dirt. Infield fly called. I don't know that one got high enough really to be an infield fly, but it was called, so Brock Mortensen automatically out. Cobales catches it anyways. And the runners stay put. First and second now with 1 out, and here's Johnny Radomski. 1 for 2. Reached on a single in the second, came around to score the first run of the game for the Black Bears, and also had a walk in the sixth inning. First pitch bounces low and away. That's a ball. Here's the 1-0. That one catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike for Radomski, a junior out of San Diego Christian College. The 1-1 pitch just catches the knees on the way down. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes against Radomski as Todd and Chabot tries to battle back after allowing the first 2 batters aboard here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that is the second strikeout for Julian Todd and Chabot. And there are now 2 outs with runners on first and second for Sean Mulcair. Pippins and the Cowlitz Black Bears continue, or I should say conclude their series tomorrow night. That game will start at 7:05 p.m. because along with it being another Thirsty Thursday presented by Northwest Peanut Company and Iron Horse Brewing, it is also Essential Workers Night, recognizing the essential workers that helped keep this country running, even through a pandemic that shut even the West Coast League down last summer. As Mulcair takes a ball low and inside, 1-0. There will be fireworks tomorrow night, which is part of the reason for the later start time, 7:05. And then the Pippins welcome in the Highline Bears for 2 games, Friday and Saturday. Both of those games will start at 7:05 as well. Todd and Chabot goes back to second base, and Cobales catches it, but no tag necessary as Stinson back in safely. One 1-0 pitch taken high and outside by Mulcair, and it is 2-0. Saturday's game will be team poster night where the first 500 fans will receive a souvenir team poster. Great opportunity to get that signed. Some of these guys, especially with how well they're playing this summer, you'll see later on in their college careers and perhaps beyond. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Mulcair. He takes up high, and it's 3-0. Tickets for games through the rest of the month, meaning the rest of this week, tomorrow night with fireworks, Friday and Saturday, all 3 games at 7:05 p.m. Souvenir poster on Saturday. You can see any of those games for as little as $8 per ticket. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Mulcair, taken on the outside corner for a called strike. $8, and that's not the cheap seats. You get the chair backs, first 6 rows, anywhere except for right behind home plate here at Yakima County Stadium for the rest of the week. $8. That's a terrific deal, especially when you consider tomorrow night is Thirsty Thursday. Come out and watch some fireworks, get some cheap drinks, and Mulcair swings and misses that one. The count is full. Thirsty Thursday nights, discounts on beer, cider, wine, and soft drinks through the 7th inning. No matter what you're drinking, you'll be saving some money. Get a moderately priced snack at the concession stands as well. Come on out and support your hometown Pippins, who are on a tear at the Orchard, looking for the series win against the Black Bears tonight. The payoff pitch to Mulcair. Hard hit grounder through the right side of the infield, just past the glove of Spencer Marenko. Around to score comes Stinson. Sam Brown thought about going to third, but he stops at second. Big turn for Mulcair, but Cobales holds onto it as it was cut off on its way to third base. And Mulcair with an RBI base hit makes this game 7-4. Kelly Fitzpatrick will head out to the mound for a quick chat as Owen Wild continues to get loose just in case. So runners still on first and second with 2 outs, but this time Jacob Burley will be at the plate. Burley had an RBI double in the 2nd inning, flew out to the second baseman in the 4th, and walked, came around to score in the 7th. Here's the first pitch to Burley. He takes that one just below the knees, and it is 1-0. The Yakima crowd, an opportunity to get Julian Todd-and-Chabot through this 8th inning, his 2nd inning of relief. He allowed 1 run in the 7th, so far 1 run here in the 8th. Trying to hold on to now a 3-run lead. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. It was up high that time. He got a piece of it. Foul tipped it into the glove of Michael Carpenter Jr. So 1 ball and 1 strike for Burley. Jacob Stinson led off this inning with a base hit. Sam Brown walked. Brock Morrison hit a soft fly ball to the shortstop Cobales, who made the catch. Morrison was called out on the infield fly. Johnny Radomski struck out, so Todd-and-Chabot looked like he might get through it without a run, but then the RBI base hit by Mulcair leaves runners on first and second still with 2 outs, and the 1-1 pitch misses just outside. It's 2-1, and the Yakima fans, who have been fans of the umpiring crew here tonight, starting to turn a little bit as that one borderline called outside after the borderline low pitch to start the at-bat against Burley. Here's the 2-1 from Todd-and-Chabot. Looks back at second. Here comes the pitch. That one misses up high. Burley lays off, and it's 3-1. Burley has just 3 RBI in West Coast League play. Here's the 3-1. Todd-and-Chabot with a look back. Here's the pitch, and he drops the curveball in that time. It's a full count. Oh, this pitch is important here for both teams, as the Black Bears are not totally out of striking distance They trail by 3 after scoring a run in this inning with 2 runners on. Full count and 2 outs. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Jacob Burley strikes out swinging. And Julian Totten-Chabot gets through the 8th. He allows 1 run, and the Pippins take a 7-4 lead into the bottom of the 8th. Last chance to add to it before the 9th. And they'll have 7, 8, and 9 due up. We'll be right back. You're tuning into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Rosado Jr. bringing you all of the action all season long right here on Mixler Audio at Pippins Baseball or on YouTube at Pippins Baseball. And if you need trouble or have any trouble finding those, make sure to just head over to pippinsbaseball.com/live, where we have portals where you can listen via Mixler or watch via YouTube right there on that page. Both are available for all home games this season, and Mixler audio-only coverage available for all road games as well. The Pippins have one more road trip left in the regular season next week. After this 5-game homestand wraps up, the Pippins have Sunday and Monday off, then head off to Corvallis on Tuesday, and then over to Port Angeles Friday through Sunday before finishing the season at home Tuesday through Thursday against Wenatchee. Bryce Martin Grudzelanek will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He is 1 for 3 with a base hit. First pitch from Hada Kanaka, who continues his work, is up high for a ball. Hada Kanaka came on with 2 on and 1 out. Got a strikeout and a ground ball from Alex Shanks that they turned into a fielder's choice to get the 3rd out. No runs allowed after Hada Kanaka came in. Hard hit grounder to Bozette at 3rd base, over to first base, and Bryce Martin Grudzelanek grounds out for out number 1. Bozette with a couple of great glove plays over at 3rd base. The footwork has been clean from him, and 2 straight batters that he's helped Hada Kanaka out with. Here's Taylor Holder. 1 for 2, RBI base hit in the 2nd inning. Also a walk that he came around to score with his own legs in the 4th and flew out in the 6th. Bats here in the 8th, fouls the first pitch off. It's 0-1. Another foul ball from Taylor Holder, and he's down 0-2. Alex Fernandez on deck. He is 0 for 2, did reach on a walk today as the Pippins try to add to their lead. They lead 7-4, and Holder calls time. Hada Kanaka taking too much time getting his sign. Burley was asking about something. I think he was asking Chad Little whether they had any mound visits left. Decided to head out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one hit Taylor Holder, and he reaches with one out. Kind of saved by that one as he was down 0-2. Now doesn't have to figure out. First pitch to Fernandez misses up high, so 2 straight strikes to Taylor Holder. So 1 ball and no strikes for Alex Fernandez. Strikeout and a ground out for him in addition to the walk. Taylor Holder on first base, the 1-0. That one misses high and outside, and it's 2-0. Holder did steal second base back in the 4th against the left-hander Mickey Thompson. He was going on the first move. Thompson went to first, got Holder into a pickle, and he managed to beat it out over to second base for the stolen base. Then moved to third on a wild pitch and scored on a wild pitch. Here's the 2-0, and Holder takes that one over the heart of the plate for a called strike. It's 2-1. Hada Kanaka is great against left-handed hitters. Finally gets to see one. He came in after Michael Carpenter Jr. had already hit. And a strike just catches the outside corner. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes for the UCLA freshman, Alex Fernandez. Holder so far has stayed put at first base. Hada Kanaka throws over, and Holder slides back in safely. I believe Owen Wild will be called upon to finish off the 9th inning. The Pippins currently with a 3-run lead, so that would make it a save opportunity for him. Here's the 2-2. And swing and a miss from Alex Fernandez on a pitch that was just tough for any left-hander to get a piece of. He thought it was going to be a strike. I don't think it was going to be, but always tough lefty on lefty matchups. Here's Spencer Marenko. Spencer Marenko with a walk to start the bottom of the 1st for the Pippins. He stole second, came around to score. Ground out on a flyout after that and had a base hit in the 7th. Takes the first pitch outside for a called strike. Pippins have led ever since the 4th inning after Alex Shanks' 2-run home run gave them the lead. Here's the 0-1. Spencer Marenko, hard hit grounder. That'll go through the left side of the infield. It's a base hit that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. Pippins have had a number of those just hard hit grounders through either the left or right side. A couple up the middle as well, and looks like Cowlitz might be making another pitching change here. And they do. So we'll have that pitching change for you when we return to continue the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs and 2 runners on for the Pippins. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action. Built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay,
Family meeting. Come on. Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back as we continue the bottom of the 8th inning. Runners on first and second and 2 outs for the Pippins. And new pitcher on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears. It is Mark Wanarobich. And if you've been paying attention to the Pippins for a while now, that name should sound familiar to you. Wanarobich pitched for the Pippins in 2019. Finished with a 4-3 record, started 3 games for the Pippins, 15 overall appearances, also a save. Pitched to a 4.60 ERA in West Coast League play. First pitch misses up high to Conor Cobales, and it is 1-0. Cobales is 3 for 4 tonight. His first 2 singles of the season came in his last 2 at-bats. 1-0 count. Large hole on the right side of the infield with Nishida playing near the second base bag. It's a chopper to the second base side. Nishida covers a lot of ground. Easily gloves that one and underhands it over to first. And just as I said it, Nishida proves that just because it looks like a hole doesn't mean he can't cover that ground. Cobales grounds out to the second baseman to end the 8th inning. Mark Wanarobich gets him out of it. We head into the 9th. Pippins leading 7-4. And Owen Wild on for the save. We'll be right back. You're tuning into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the top of the 9th, and, the Yakima Valley Pippins music operator having a little bit of fun. Wild Thing playing in the stadium as Owen Wild comes in for the 3-out save. The Pippins lead 7-4. Owen Wild has made 11 appearances. He has 3 saves and a 2-0 record, 2.89 ERA. 42 strikeouts in 28 innings pitched. His last outing came in Wenatchee. He threw 4 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. It was a long relief outing for him. His last 2 have actually been 3 or more innings. Before that was sort of being used as a closer just like Landon Shire, and he still is. He just tends to throw a little bit longer than Shire does. Shire goes 2 or less, and Owen Wild is more of a 1 or more closer for the Pippins. He came in a long middle relief game back in Wenatchee, but he'll look to close things down here in the 9th. Matthew Schwartz will lead things off, then the top of the order for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Matthew Schwartz takes the first pitch up high for ball 1. The Pippins, this is just the 3rd pitcher of the game. Dylan Bishop started with 6 innings, a quality start for him, swing and a miss for Matthew Schwartz, and it's 1-1. He allowed just 2 runs, all of them earned, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts for him. Put together a nice little outing. Julian Todd and Chabot came out for the 7th and 8th innings. He allowed a run in each inning as Schwartz swings through another one, and it's 1-2. 2 hits against Todd and Chabot, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 2 runs in 2 innings. So deuces Wild for Todd and Chabot, and here's Owen Wild. The 1-2 pitch just misses off the outside corner. Chad Little behind the plate. Little bit of a twitch there, but decides to stay down and call that one a ball. See if Owen Wild maybe just comes right back in that same spot and see if Chad Little gives it to him. 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled off by Schwartz. Now, for Owen Wild, he has admitted he knows the walks are a problem for him. I'll talk to him about it, and he sort of has figured out that with the velocity that he has, the movement on his pitches, he doesn't need to paint the corners with every pitch. And Michael Carpenter Jr. has set up down the middle every time. That slider drops right in for strike 3. Matthew Schwartz takes on the 2-2, and that is out number 1. I talked to Owen Wild in Wenatchee. We had a long conversation, actually, and he told me one of the biggest struggles he has is what to throw on a 2-2 count, how to get batters out instead of falling behind on the walk, and he figured something out there against Schwartz. Here's Riku Nishida, takes a first pitch strike. Schwartz is 0 for 4. That was his second strikeout of the night. Nishida's a different story. He's 2 for 4 with a double and a base hit. Fly ball into the left field corner near the line. Racing over is Alex Shanks, and he does not make the catch. I think he overran that one in left field. A little bit shades of Corey Jarrell from last night coming into foul territory to make the catch and thought he was closer to the fence than he ended up being. No balls and 2 strikes against Nishida still. Owen Wild will look for a swing and a miss. See if they go with the backdoor slider. Looks like a fastball, and Nishida does swing and a miss. 2 batters and 2 strikeouts for Owen Wild. This is the Owen Wild the Pippins know is in there, and the one they love to see. So here's Brock Bozette, who is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. He walked in his first 2 plate appearances. Since then, 2 lineouts. Bats from the right side, and he represents the last chance for the Cowlitz Black Bears to continue this game here in the top of the 9th. Pippins leading 7-4. First pitch. Drops a off-speed pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Wild working out of the stretch. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses low and away, and Bozette keeps the bat on his shoulder. It's 1-1. Wild, whose fastball sits in the low 90s for the most part, sometimes the high 80s depending on the day. Here's the 1-1. And that one hit Bozette right on the elbow. He does wear an elbow guard. And thankfully, because that pitch could have broken an elbow with how hard Owen Wild threw it. So 2 outs and Brock Bozette on first base after getting hit by the pitch. Here's Jacob Stinson. He reached for the first time in his last at-bat in the top of the 8th inning against Julian Todd and Chabot. He singled, ended up coming around to score in that inning. Bozette on first base. Stinson at the plate. The potential tying run is actually on deck right now, as the first pitch misses down low, and it's 1-0 for Stinson. The Wild still has some room. Landon Shire came in with a 5-run lead last night and loaded the bases before getting an out. He did allow 1 run to score in that outing. Here's the 1-0, and this one catches the knees this time. It's 1-1. Owen Wild looking for the answer, looks over to first, and now comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one on the outside corner, called a strike. It is 1-2 for Jacob Stinson. Down to his last strike, the left-handed hitter. Pippins are looking for their third win in a row. This would be their sixth home win in a row. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounder back to the mound. Owen Wild comes off and makes the grab. He underhands it to Blake Dickman, who nonchalantly catches it. But that's the one that wins it. Dickman returns the baseball to Wild, who puts it in his back pocket. And Owen Wild gets his third save of the season, finishing things off here in the ninth against the Cowlitz Black Bears. Actually his fourth save of the season in a scoreless ninth inning. Strikes out the first two, hits a batter, and gets a ground out to get out of the ninth. The Pippins take the lead in the fourth inning on a 2-run home run by Alex Shanks. He will be our Cascade Natural Gas High Efficiency Player of the Game. You can look forward to his post-game interview a little bit later on tonight, getting posted to our YouTube page at Pippins Baseball, if that's not where you're watching from tonight. Pippins take the lead on that home run, add one in the fourth, add runs in the fifth and seventh to make it 7. Meanwhile, 1 run for the Cowlitz Black Bears in each of the second, fourth, seventh, and eighth innings. 7-4, the final score as the Pippins win the series. They take the season series lead 3-2 ahead of the finale tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. against the Cowlitz Black Bears in the series finale. Thirsty Thursday, an essential workers night with fireworks to follow. We hope to see you at the ballpark. Remember, tickets start at just $8. If you can't come out, we hope you'll tune in. I've been Chris Rosado Jr. Thank you so much for listening or watching, and we hope you'll do so again tomorrow night.